What's going on, Tottenham community? My name is Leo Coys. I'm part of Colorado Spurs, and I'm a diehard Tottenham Hotspur fan. I'm joined by my homie, the one and only. If you haven't caught him on Parker's Pitch, you can catch him right here live in the flesh on the only Tottenham Hotspur related podcast that's 5,280 feet above sea level. Welcome to episode number 24. Parker, how you doing, my homie?
I'm doing all right. We lost against Arsenal last league game, and we're playing City, so it's gonna be a tough, couple games. So I don't know. I've been better as a Tottenham fan. What about you? How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Considering we did have a game after that North London derby, we did play against Preston. Heung-min Son did get on the score sheet with 2 goals, and our debut goal score, made an impression on the fans. So you can only look up from here. Definitely the future is bright. The future is lily white. I'm excited to see what Dan Juma has for us. I'm excited to see how many goals he will score this season for us. And at the end of the season, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but it is a loan with an option to buy, so that is always on the table. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, Parker. Just real quick off the
Yeah.
bat, bro. What were your first thoughts about the game at Preston North End?
Really quick. I don't think we played that great, but it was good to see Son get some goals. I mean, like they weren't just like tap ins, they weren't flukes. Like he actually, made some good shots, and I'm starting to think that Son is better on his left than his right. I mean, he's just I don't know. He's fantastic at both. So yeah, it's good
Yeah.
to see him doing well. And then Don Juma or what is it? Don Juma or what is it?
Danjuma, yeah.
Juma, yeah. I mean, his goal was kind of unconvincing, but I mean, a goal's a goal at the end of the day. So, I mean, I'm not, jumping up and down about Dan Juma yet. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
slow down and just wait a little bit and see, what he's going to actually bring to the table coming up. Because, yeah, I mean, it was against Preston. I mean, no disrespect, but I want to see him, during Champions League. I want to see him during the in the league and everything. So yeah, I mean, it sounds good, but I'm not, I'm not going to jump to
Yeah.
conclusions and say he's
There
the
there
best thing. So
Yeah, for sure. There are people that are saying that all his goals come against a lesser opponent, but you can only beat what's in front of you. That you can only play what's in front of you. So yeah, let's see. Let's wait to hold judgment on that. But it definitely, I mean, starting off on the right foot for sure. Um,
yeah, no complaints.
excuse me. It was definitely good to see Heung-min Son score not just a goal, but scored a brace. And he scored, goals that Heung-min Son has gotten us used to seeing. Two crackers, if I would say. They were, I think both inside the box, but left-footed, like you said. The
Yeah,
man does not have a weak foot, so that's always something. That's always something good. Um, Real quick
no,
before we go any further, I'm just gonna go through some of these comments real quick. Um, Shout out to Bobby K. Bobby K. Hope you and the family are doing good, brother.
yeah, big
And
up.
then to
Bobby.
Kellum, big up to Kellum. Kellum, hope you're doing good, brother. Thank you for staying up late and watching the stream. Um, Lisa says, "Big up, Leo and Parker. How you guys doing? I can't stay for the live stream, but we'll catch it later. Have a great stream." Well, thank you, Lisa, and hopefully you're liking, the Mexican weather down there, because up here it's still a little cold. Um, Son was given spice before the game. Well, I think he's been sniffing Parmesan cheese with Antonio Conte, if you ask me. Perfect. Preston was a perfect game to give Sonny some confidence back. Now he just needs to keep it going, and we will need it against City. That's honestly like a perfect statement there.
Yeah,
Preston was a perfect game for Heung-min Son. Um, Definitely to give Sonny some confidence back, and now he just needs to keep going. So yeah, perfect. That was definitely a perfect statement there. Big up to Hotspur. Leave you out, Enoch out. Are you going to talk about the club response to the Tottenham Hotspur supporters trust questions? We could definitely talk about that. I know there really wasn't much of an answer from the club. They just put out some video with what's his name? Paratici. I don't know his first name. Fabrizio or whatever. Fabio Paratici.
Yeah, something like that.
Um, but then they deleted it. They put the video out, Parker, and then a few hours later they deleted it. And I think the reasoning behind that was because they had mentioned a little too much about Destiny Udogie, who actually is contracted right now to play for Udinese. So I think it kind of was like
Yeah.
some sort of interference there. So they had to technically delete the video. Again, just goes
Wait,
to
what was
show,
the video
Parker,
of?
so they were asking Paratici some questions. You know how they said they were gonna answer some questions the end of the transfer window. The board was.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
so they posed questions. It was definitely a scripted interview. Like they asked questions that, only they okayed. Like they okayed the questions. So they asked a bunch of questions and Pratici answered, put it politically the way he would, always. And then they deleted the video because I believe the reason was they spoke too much about Destiny Udogie and they shouldn't have or something like that. I don't know the exact reasoning, but again, like I said, it was definitely all politically answered. Like the questions and the answers were probably I don't know. I'm gonna say they were scripted, but whatever.
Yeah, they
And he really
probably were.
didn't say much, bro. Like they didn't ask questions that you or I or our guests would ask. They asked questions that they felt okay asking, which I don't know. We if Ellie knows more or if Jacob, our guests, know more about that, we'll definitely dive more in. We do have one of our guests backstage. I'll just wait for a thumbs up before we pop up and bring him on the stream. Looks like it's ready, but I'm gonna go through one more comment and then we'll go to that. Kellum says Conte in surgery. We'll actually talk about that too here in a little bit. So stick with us, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in our guest. Welcome to the
Hello,
stream. It's the queen of Tottenham Till I Die, THFC Till I Die. How you doing, Ellie?
I'm doing good. I'm listening to all your banter. It's really good. It's flowing, and there is a bit of controversy coming out of Tottenham about that statement, isn't there? And I agree with you about the interview, scripted questions there. Yeah, so they
Yeah.
don't get into deep shit.
Yeah, this is the first time hearing about it, so I want to hear more. I don't have a whole
Yeah.
lot of info on it. I've been working
but
all
Well,
day.
Parker, it's one of those things where like you would have had to have watched the video when it came out because they ended up now deleting the video, and so it's not even like we can go back. I don't remember the whole thing. I just seen it and
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, this is definitely, in my opinion and the opinion of Mile High Hotspur, it is scripted.
Yeah,
Whether or not it is another
definitely.
story. But yeah, Ali, how are you doing? How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing really well, and I splashed the water on my face to make sure I don't go to sleep. And I've been doing things, when you get busy, you don't fall asleep.
Oh yeah.
Because it's very
Yeah.
late in England. It's like nearly 1:45 now. So yeah, but
Thanks for
you know
staying up.
what? I'll do it for you lads because you lads are the tops.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Ellie.
Yeah.
Parker, so I'm gonna go through just two more of these comments that just popped up and then we could continue on.
Okay.
Callum is one of our viewers. He lives out there in England as well. So he stayed up to watch
Right?
us. He said if I asked the question, I would ask Levy, why are you still at our club? And then
Yeah.
Lisa, probably sitting out on the beach somewhere in Mexico, says my queen. So aren't we
Yeah.
just jealous of
I love
that?
Lisa.
Yeah,
We
big
have
up
lots of
Lisa.
chats.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure. Definitely a
Yeah,
supporter
she's
of not just
lovely.
this channel, of all the other channels. So big up to you,
She's
Lisa.
brilliant, isn't she?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's see here. We have another comment here. Who is better chance of making it on the pitch at Hotspur Stadium? Spence or Conte's gallbladder? Disappointing he didn't get more of a chance. That's from the big homie AD. Hope you're having a good day, brother. Thank you for joining. And any comments that you want, just go ahead and go ahead and put them up there, and we'll try and bring them up for you, my homie. So, Ellie, who has a better
Yeah.
chance of making it on the pitch, Spence or Conte's gallbladder?
I think Conte's gallbladder. 100%.
Probably.
Because we've seen about 20 minutes of Spence, haven't we? So there must have been a problem between him and the manager and the club, because otherwise he would have played him. Because the boy has got talent. We know this, right? He doesn't just become a bad footballer overnight. It's just a clash of personalities, and Conte didn't want to give in to the club, I think, because he's quite a stubborn Italian. That's why he's probably done his gallbladder in. It's all that stress from Levy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Conte was scared that he was going to do well, and he just didn't want to play him. So if he does well, then he's like almost obligated to play him. So he's like, if I don't play him, he doesn't do well, he doesn't do bad, then he stays where he is, kind of thing. And that's probably
what when you go into a restaurant and you get the little tasters, isn't it? Right, and you think, that's nice, but you don't get to finish it all, and then you're let down, aren't you? Because you're not seeing the whole of Jed Spence. You're seeing 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's not enough to make a judgment of whether we think he's good enough. Not yet alone Conte, because we're the worst judges and the best judges of footballers, aren't we?
Elly, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would you rather Conte stay in the summer and extend his contract, or bring Spence back and he plays every game with another manager?
No, I would rather keep Conte.
Yeah,
because he's got a project, and I don't think all this gossip about him leaving and DiMaggio saying that he's going to go back to Italy, I don't see any truth in that. It's just gossip.
I don't buy it either.
Juve aren't getting Champions League next season either, because they got deducted so many points.
I think he likes it at Spurs, and they're doing a lot for him, but they're not quite doing enough. Just like they did with the other managers. They just do enough to make top 4, because that's their goal at the end of the day. They're not really bothered about trophies at Spurs, because if they were, we would have won a lot more than one in 22 years. Come on.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's disappointing.
Good point. Big up to Aaron Dove. Aaron Dove says, "Come on, you Spurs, a show worth staying awake for." I appreciate that, for real. Thank you, Aaron Dove. Thank you for staying up, brother.
Yeah.
Another loyal supporter of all of our channels. So big up to you. Y'all are the best. Much love. Much love to you, Lisa. We gave Spence away already. I mean, Kellum, I don't think we gave him away. It's just he's not gonna get playing time here, and I'm actually, There was some rumors that some bottom Premier League clubs did want to take him on loan. I don't know why we didn't really, give more focus to that. But at the end of the day, he ended up going to Rennes, which is not a bad shout either. He has Joe Rhoda in there, which I don't know if they really know each other too much. They're both from Tottenham, but I don't think they spent enough time together. But hopefully Joe Roden is able to take him under the wing and take him to go get some good French food and show him the way around. And hopefully that'll make him settle in a little bit better. And I think they do play here soon, so hopefully we'll get to see him start. 1 second, Parker. I'll go to you in a second, bro.
You're good.
Aaron Dove says 20 Spence and the club wouldn't accept the loan with the buy option because they all know Conte won't be around in the long run, and he will get chances under another coach. Jacob says, "Big ups, y'all. I'll be there soon. He is our next guest coming up, so we're holding a spot for him whenever he's ready. Big up to you. Will Conte make it through the next transfer window, Elly?" AD wants to know, will Conte make it through the next transfer window?
I think so. I think he's here because I saw that interview. He feels part of the family. He doesn't want to go. He's going to stay with Spurs. Look, he's 53 years old. He's not got a gallbladder. Why would he want to go back to Italy?
Yeah. Parker, what about you? Do you think Conte will make it through to next transfer window? So do you think he's going to be here beyond the summer?
It's such a good question. It really is. And I think if Conte does stay, then I think that loan move with Spence eventually will, sell him off to another club because he needs the minutes. And I think he went, to Rennes to get those minutes because I think he deserves it. I mean, he's good enough to get those kind of minutes. And I really want to see him with Udogie next season. But if Conte is there, then it's just really unlikely. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can always make up with people, right? And whatever. And
Well, who knows? Maybe
squash
next summer he'll be ready. I mean, but you guys, we did just get Pedro Porro, so he is going to be playing second fiddle. But at
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
next season he might be able to get some cup games. God forbid something happens to Pedro, he's going to be there. I
Yeah.
mean, it all depends. Honestly, only time will
He'd be a
tell.
good
That's the
backup.
thing that,
Yeah, he'd be a
yeah,
good
that's the
reserve.
thing that sucks about this is patience is a virtue, and we just have to wait to see what happens. But as for Destiny Udogi, Ellie, do you see any news about him? I mean, and I know he's kind of on the quiet front, but he is one of Udinese's best players at the time.
Yeah. And he's linked up really well with Delafeu, who we were after apparently.
I heard about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's a very talented footballer. They're both talented footballers, but obviously Udoji is just starting out in his career, whereas Delafeu is a seasoned professional. He's got the number 10 shirt as well, so that proves he's the number one at the club. Right, but he's linking up really well, and they've been scoring quite a lot of goals together. So yeah, he's ripping it up in that league, Udoji. So I'm really impressed with him, and it'd be
Nice.
exciting for him to be bombing down that right wing, that left wing. Sorry. So I like him because he's enthusiastic and he's one of these lads. He's infectious. When I've seen interviews with him, he's such a positive lad, just like little Saka at Arsenal is. I don't like to give credits, but where credit is due is that boy. He's just like Saka, and he will develop like Saka as well, and he'll be even better because I think he's even got more skills than Saka. He's got more in his locker.
Yeah.
Have you been watching him, boys? Because he's absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, I
Who,
catch
Saka
some
or
of him. I
Udoji?
do.
Yeah.
Udoji.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, I haven't watched a whole lot of Udoji. I mean, I've seen highlights and stuff, but I'm not keeping up with him. But it does seem like Tottenham are kind of like trying to like grow, some sort of a team, from with like Romero, Udoji. I mean, Spence is even still technically, our player next season.
Yeah.
It just depends. It really, really depends on, are we going to get in top four? So if we don't get top four, Conte might just walk. Then, we can build off what we already have. And then Spence, could come in, and who knows, if Conte leaves, then Porro might just go back. I don't know. I mean, I know there's an obligation to buy, but I don't know. I'm just thinking about all possibilities.
Yeah.
I think they're definitely signings for the future. Even Jet Spence, they're definitely for the future. The one I see getting into our lineup the quickest is definitely Udoji, just because Perisic is not getting any younger, and I think a lot of fans' patience is wearing thin with Ryan Sessegnon. We've had him for a long time now, and a lot of people are just giving up faith on him.
Right.
Ellie, what's your opinion on Ryan Sessegnon?
He's very frustrating. Like, the crowd want him to do well. The Spurs supporters are on his side, and whenever he gets pulled off, he looks like a lonely figure. And he walks around the ground and he's got his head down. But the thing is, with him, he just doesn't have the confidence to take on the player. He goes there, and then he stops and checks and passes it back inside. And it's always a back pass. It's not even a side pass or a forward pass.
He thinks too much.
Him.
Yeah,
you could forgive him if he didn't take on his player and then he done a really good cutting pass to a forward runner, but he doesn't. He passes it back. And it's very frustrating because the crowd get very hyped by him, and then we're let down. We really are let down. I just think the boy's confidence is gone. He is a good footballer, don't get me wrong. He's got it there, but he just hasn't got the confidence. Because we saw at Fulham, he was fabulous at Fulham. He was taking on players, putting in beautiful crosses, and now he's lost all his confidence.
And Callum's comment there kind of proves it. Like, he has the talent, like, on paper, he can do it. But when it comes to, like, playing time and when the moment comes, he
doesn't have
he overthinks it.
The mentality to take on his player. It's a block. He's got a block. Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah. So, Ellie, I have a question for you. How is the whole mood, the vibe out there in England? How is the
Right.
vibe going of as far as the FA Cup, our chances in the FA Cup this year?
Yeah.
We got drawn against either Sheffield United or Wrexham,
Wrexham.
and the
Yeah.
reason I ask is kind of to bring up this question here: Are Spurs going on to welcome Wrexham? But I think the actual question is: Are Wrexham going to be, are Wrexham going to be hosting Tottenham because it is an away fixture? So
Yeah.
how is the FA Cup playing out for you guys out there in England? Do you feel we got a favorable draw? Um,
Yeah.
and apart from that, how do you feel about our chances progressing in this cup?
I think we've got a very good chance, right? Because the thing is, we are traditionally a cup side, but we haven't been proving it in the last 30 years since we won the FA Cup 32 years ago. So we've fallen by the wayside, and Arsenal have taken our mantle. Because we, right up to 1991, we had won the FA Cup most times, 8 times, and now we haven't won it since. But this year, there's a renewed confidence, and I'm glad we're playing away because it takes the pressure off the players. They can relax more. We saw at Preston. I know Preston weren't much of an opposition. They gave us a little bit of a fight, but it was mostly their supporters that were, more scary than the players on the pitch. But I think we can go to either Sheffield United or Wrexham. They haven't played yet, I presume. They haven't played their game yet. So it's either going to be Sheffield United or Wrexham. I'm hoping Wrexham win because I like to go to Wales. I'm going to actually go to that match if we get Wrexham. If we get Sheffield United, I'm not going to go. But if we get Wrexham, because like Ryan Reynolds is down there, isn't he? He's actually bought them. So yeah, I think we've got a very good chance. If we progress past them, then we're in the sixth round. So that's the quarter final, really. And then we've got 2 more matches. Well, 1 more match to get to the final, and it's anybody's game then. Anybody can win a final. We've seen lots of upsets in finals as well. So let's see. I'm hoping that we can win it because it'd be good for Conte, and also it'll be a big booster for next season when he will stay because he'll want to win the league. Because like Conte in the Champions League hasn't got that good a record, but we're in the last 16. No, the last 32, aren't we? Of that
Yeah.
competition. No, last 16.
I think it
Sorry.
is 16. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
only
we're in the
16
last
teams left,
16
yeah.
of the Champions League, so we've got a good chance there as well.
Yeah.
Don't write us off in the Champions League either. Yeah, come on, we can do it. Because it's just our defence I'm a bit wary of because of that 31
don't get me
goals
started.
conceded.
Yeah.
But if Romero's top form and the other players start pulling their socks up and start performing like they can, because they've underperformed, especially Lloris, because he's leaked in a lot of goals, right? And a lot of them have been his fault as well. So let's see.
I'm happy we drew against the Wrexham and Sheffield as well because
Yeah.
it's also like it's a replay match for them, so you have to play a whole nother game. And I mean, I'm not saying it'll help us that much, but it also helps just because they're playing more games in a shorter amount of time. So
yeah,
I think it'll be I think we'll win that game for sure. Whoever it is, but
Parker,
I think it's a
question
good.
for you now, Parker.
What up?
Would winning, AD wants to know, would winning the FA Cup be enough for Kane to stay?
Ooh, good question.
Yes, because I think every English player, as a boy, dreams of the FA Cup. I keep hearing about that. You dream about getting your opportunity as a young, a player, and then even as, at a top club like Tottenham, you dream about winning it. So I think if he does win that, then all that pressure and all that abuse, about Kane, about not winning any trophies and stuff, all that pressure will come off his shoulders, and he'll, maybe it'll, give us the momentum to keep winning trophies, and to keep going.
A lot of people
It
A lot of
does.
people do say, Ellie, that all they need to do is win that first one, and then hopefully from
Yeah,
there they'll just keep rolling with the
yeah.
trophies. And I mean,
Yeah.
you have to win one to win two. So I mean,
Winning is
That's right.
there is
contagious.
logic to that.
Winning is
Like,
contagious, and losing is also contagious.
yeah, because
So
in 1981 we didn't just make the FA Cup final, we made the League Cup final, but unfortunately in the last 3 minutes Liverpool equalised and they beat us in the League Cup, but we won the FA Cup against Man City, and then the following season we retained it, and then unfortunately for us the Falklands War was on and we lost Ozzy and we lost Ricky, and they were at forefront of our play. They actually dictated a lot of our play. Even Ricky Villa was coming into his own, because he hadn't played a big part up until that final, right? And then we won the UEFA Cup in 83, 84, and then it went downhill from there on because we lost our two best players, really, with
Yeah.
Glenn Hoddle in the midfield, and he left shortly after that as well. So, we would have gone on to win the league if those two players were there, because we nearly won the league with them anyway, because we finished third. And we were very, very unlucky not to win the league. So cups do breed success and they breed confidence around the club. It gives the club a boost, and all the players are buoyant. They come in and they want to train and they've got that effervescence about them. They want to prove that they can win another cup straight after as well, like Man City are doing. It doesn't take always money to win cups. You can build a squad, but you don't have to spend billions of pounds on the squad. You can do it like Conte's doing it. He had two, now he's added another two. Now let's see how we push on from here on in. And if we make the top four, that'd be excellent. But I want us to win a cup, either the FA Cup or the Champions League or both. That'd be good. I mean, if we win both,
great.
that'd be like being in heaven, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm gonna take time real quick to make sure our next guest gets a proper introduction. So,
Yay.
um, what's going on, homie? How you doing?
Hello. How's everyone doing this evening?
Yeah.
Good. Real quick. I just want to introduce this guy as if I may, the official representative of the El Paso Spurs,
I'm the chairperson.
from United Spurs of America, Jacob. So there
Big
you go.
up,
How you doing,
Jacob.
bro?
Big up.
That's correct. One of these days they'll send me some kind of recognition, but for now I got the email. It's official, so it's pretty cool. Now we're just working on a meetup spot and somewhere we can kind of make the deal official.
How many people you have that are interested as of now, at least?
On the record or off the record?
I mean, it's okay. I know it just happened, so
yeah.
not,
there's a few people. There's a few
Okay.
people. I'll put it that way. There's a few people outside
That's
of
all you
Michael
need.
and myself. So
hey, that's all you need. You just need a couple people to start out, and it'll
who
grow.
knows? Yeah, some people are gonna see us out, and they're gonna be like, "Who's that ragtag, sexy bunch of motherfuckers?" And they're gonna realize it's us, and they're gonna want to join and be a part of the
And
plan.
then you can
so.
even make even non-soccer fans into Tottenham fans as well.
Yeah, no, what's really cool is like all the different chair people kind of coming around me and just like really welcoming me. There's like a group chat, and big up Aaron. There's they've been really welcoming. Austin Spurs has reached out and they've sent me we've been emailing. They sent me some emails and just tips and advice.
Austin Spurs is dope.
You become a
Austin Spurs
businessman,
looking out
yeah.
for us.
Yeah, the guy from Austin Spurs, the chairman from Austin Spurs, Chuck. He's a dope dude.
Yeah.
Chuck, yeah, he's a dope dude, bro. That's a good guy to know. He actually, I said this last stream.
As a name.
he actually is like really popular. He just orchestrated this whole huge trip of like 50 people to the North London Derby this past Derby. And so he's definitely a good guy, bro, to have like on your side. So yeah, big
Yeah.
up to the El Paso Spurs, and I look forward to your guys' scarves because I will be registering as a member. That way I could get one shipped down over here. And
Yeah.
so yeah, bro, and if there's anything that we could do to help you out, bro, in that aspect, let us know,
Yeah,
homie.
I'm definitely looking at like a few different chair people have been referring me to different sites and stuff to make scarves. I think that's my first step. I think that's something nice I can put up. I heard that like Tottenham's supposed to send you like a little welcome bag, but I don't know if that's true or not. They didn't.
They will. They'll send you a dope ass flag, bro, that says official supporters club.
Hell yeah!
Um, you know what
I'm gonna put that right
we're gonna
here
do?
too. As soon as that comes
Yeah,
in,
we're gonna put this huge ass billboard, bro. So as soon as anybody crosses that bridge, they're gonna say "Home of the El Paso Spurs, baby."
as soon as they come over, hey,
I'm
that's a
moving
lot of
to
foot
El
traffic every
Paso.
day. Yeah.
I'm
No, and then
moving
Yeah.
to El
Tucson's been
Paso.
hollering at us. They're like 4 hours away. Tucson, yeah.
Good guys there at Tucson too, bro. Yep. Good people. You're in
Hmm.
good hands, bro.
Yeah.
Big up to you, bro. Congratulations. Hope
Thank
that
you,
works
thank
out.
you.
Before you joined, we were talking about, our hopes at and our chances at the FA Cup. We might play as you refer to them, Deadpool FC
Yeah,
or Sheffield United. How do you feel about our chances, bro, in this cup alone this year?
I think it's if there's ever been a groundwork laid, an easier path laid to the FA Cup. I haven't seen one in recent years because we kept when we drew what's the name the team Scarlets on when we drew them. I was like
Yeah, Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. That's it. When we drew them, I was like, oh okay. Like this is good. This is a good draw. And then we drew Preston, Troy Parrots. They're even lower tiers. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And then now we drew either Wrexham. There's really no excuse to advance. It would be very Spursy of us to just kind of like fumble the bag right here at the finish line. Big up Daniel. Um, it would be very Spursy of us if we somehow. I think it would be fun though if we play Wrexham. I hope Wrexham win. I've been watching them in the just because I watched that little series with Ryan Reynolds and the dude from It's Always Sunny. Either way, they're always going to be Deadpool FC to me. I like their chances. They've had a hell of a run, and plus, if we play them, then we get to end up in their little show. I think that'll be some good exposure for Tottenham as well.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Also,
Give
their
us some-
players already been doing the Selly, so.
Wait, what player in at Wrexham?
Wrexham, yeah. Some dude scored, and then like four of them all were hitting the sunny
Oh,
pose.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I
this
watched
was in
that
one of
game
their.
against Sheffield. I didn't see that though.
It wasn't Sheffield. It was It's been some time since it was earlier on in the season, but I remember they did that, and I was like, oh, okay, I like Wrexham. I think I tweeted about it at the time whenever they did it, and I was like, good to see that they're showing some love. So it'd be nice if we play them. I think our chances for the FA Cup really are just kind of it's just a welcoming mat right now. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. It's just like it feels like it's been. Yeah, I think at some point we're either gonna have to face City or United. I know that they're both in it, but that's really it. Brighton. Who else?
I will buy Andy. I will buy a round for everybody. At
Just waiting for a good time to just sneak that one in there. Sorry, homie. This is our friend from the pub, AD. He says
Not
Parker
the
is the first in
entire
the
bar,
FA
but-
Cup.
Yeah, big up,
Will you-
AD.
I think just right there
bar
where we sit.
top.
You know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
pretty much get that bar top
Yeah.
when we reserve it every time. So it's
Yeah.
about 8 or 9 people at the top, and then
Yeah.
everyone else are in
Spurs
tables.
are on the way
Liverpool
to
were dumped
Wembley.
out by Brighton, isn't it? Liverpool were dumped
Yeah.
out. Chelsea are dumped out. Arsenal
Arsenal
are dumped out. Man City
Yeah.
are still there though. We need them to get dumped out.
City and United. Yeah, I mean City plays
They
Bristol,
got
so
Bristol
that
City away.
yeah, that's easy. That's
Yeah.
an easy dub. Should be
it's
easy.
easy meat for them.
Those are our
isn't it? They're
toughest
gonna get
opponents. The
through.
Manchester sides are definitely who we have to look out for.
I wish we got
Yeah.
Cancelo from Man City.
That'd
would've
have
been
been a good buy.
I
That
don't
actually would've
think that would
been
have
really
ever
nice,
happened,
yeah.
but it would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have
What's
been
up,
nice.
Bobspur? Big up to you, homie. Hopefully we caught you while you're
Yeah.
off to the bathroom doing your duty.
Typically, that's
He likes to watch us. He likes
I
to
like
watch
that
us US
beautifully
channels while he's taking a
average
dump.
looking
So
Hey, us US,
There's
the
nothing
US
average
YouTube
about
channels are here
us.
for Bob. We're here for Bob
Yeah,
in the bathroom or in the living room. It don't matter.
yeah,
Big up, Bob. I feel
it's
like he would
funny.
have explicitly said it though. Normally, he explicitly will tell you, "Thank you for being here while I do my business." Um,
Yeah. Well,
so
maybe we
maybe
can encourage him
maybe
to
he's just
push.
up. Maybe he's just up late at night. You know what time is it there, Ellie?
Well, it's
It's
about to be
like nearly 1 o'clock in the
11 after one.
morning. It's just
Yeah,
gone after one, actually. It's just gone after one. Oh,
yeah.
but
Okay,
I'm
so
still fresh
unanimous
eyed.
decision, you guys. A unanimous decision. We do feel good about this FA Cup run this year. We do feel like I mean, I don't want to speak for the bunch, but I'm just going to take a stab in the dark. This is probably our best chance at silverware this season would
Yeah,
be
Absolutely,
FA Cup. Are we unanimous with that?
Yeah, we are.
absolutely.
let's win a cup, baby.
Okay.
Let's
You
do
And
it.
there
know,
you go. There it is.
Let's
Thank you
win
for
a
my
being here while I dump the junk.
cup.
I honestly, the Champions League, who knows? Maybe some funky business. I
Who
don't want to
knows?
say it's impossible because I used to be so scared
Conte's
of Milan,
ketchup.
but watching Sassuolo put 5 past them, I thought, maybe we could do something like that.
You know,
Oh,
This is
really?
a
they're
new
not
name,
playing
They do
Conte's
that
that
well,
recent?
Ketchup.
are they?
Was that recent,
Yeah.
Jacob?
Yeah, that was like last week, or
Oh
it
man.
was.
Cthulhu.
Yeah,
Was it 5-2 or something?
it was
wasn't
5-2, something like that. Yeah,
So that
they
means we'll
look,
probably give up at least 3 goals.
but they're like, I'm about to look at where they're at in the table because honestly,
Sassuolo or
they're
AC Milan.
Milan. Yeah, because
Milan.
we play them on Valentine's Day, and honestly, I've heralded their left side so much. I've gotten the knee pads out for the left side of AC Milan's team with Dao Hernandez and Rafael Leao, because I rate both of those players so highly, but the rest of their team kind of looks suspect and kind of looks bad. Tomori's had a bad year since he got that
Giroud.
World Cup snub.
He's
He's been
old.
looking awful.
Giroud didn't do too bad during the World Cup, actually.
Giroud didn't. No, Giroud didn't he break the France? He broke
I think he
some
did
record
become
for
their all-time goal
France.
scorer.
Yeah.
He's
Big
old.
ups
Yeah.
him for
He's
that.
one of those players you love to hate, that Giroud. He
Well, yeah,
comes,
'cause
Yeah,
he
I was
pops
about to
up
ask you,
right at
Ellie.
the right
Filth.
time, doesn't he?
Out of all the teams the two teams that he played with here in England,
They're in
I
fifth.
just like he's
Milan's in
just a
fifth.
good footballer. Is Giroud?
Yeah.
I just there's just something about him that first Arsenal and then Chelsea, and he scores goals against us. That's what I don't like about Giroud is he scores
Yeah.
goals against
He's
the
a gooner.
Spurs.
He's a gooner.
Does.
He's
That's
definitely a gooner. I mean,
Big
And
up
he
Conte's
scored
that
against
ketchup.
England
For
scorpion,
as
bidding
that
them.
well.
scorpion goal that he did was just incredible, though.
Yeah, a nice goal, bro. I have to give it to shouts out to
Yeah.
him. Shout out to Conte's Ketchup, a new name. I don't think I've seen him in our chat.
What's
So
up,
big up to
Conte's
you, sir.
Ketchup?
Thank you.
Conte's ketchup.
Yeah, make sure
I
you
love it.
subscribe to
I
Maha
fucking love
Hotspur.
it.
You can't have
It will be
ketchup.
refreshing to see our new right wing back can make any difference against Man City. That's kind of a good question. And let me pose this one to you three real quick. Parker, I'll start with you. Do you think it's too soon to see Pedro Porro start against Manchester City?
No, I don't think it's too soon to see him play. I think that
Pedro Porro.
he's had the minutes in already. We all know what he can do. Conte loves the guy. He's really excited to be at Spurs. I mean, watching some of the videos, like he's always smiling and just happy. I mean, he was happy at Sporting, but I mean, he's even happier at Tottenham. It looks like so. He's ready to go. He is thrilled to be there. Yeah, I think he should start right away. He's fit. He just played last weekend, the Cup, and I think that we've been waiting so long for a signing like this that we can't wait any longer, especially against City.
Yeah. Ellie, what do you think? Do you think it's too soon to start him? Do you think he needs a week under training? I mean, and Conte is not really there to see him train right now. It's our assistant coach that's watching him and is going to introduce him to the team. Do you think maybe if we're up by a goal or two, then we bring him on, or do you think throw him out to face the Lions right away?
I think it's time for Zorro, man. No, Zorro.
She got the knives out. Be careful. Look out.
We gotta play him. Zorro. Right.
Play him.
Hopefully no one else in the room throw them things around.
He'll
Like
give
that.
the crowd a big
Ellie, I
leap
think
as
you're
well.
muted, or you might have turned on. You might have cut your wire to your microphone.
Oh, I hear.
Yeah, I hear it too.
He's got
Okay,
to
it must have
play.
been. There we go.
He's got to play because
Yeah.
he's going to give the crowd a big boost, and everybody will be behind him. So he'll play a blinder, like when Bergwijn's had his debut. But we don't want him to be a Bergwijn where he plays 2 or 3 good games and then
Just
disappears.
taking the number.
I think he's got the talent, the boy, and he's got the work ethic. That's why Conte likes him, because he works hard as well. He's got the skills and he works hard. That's all you want from a player.
Yeah.
And
He's a
all
Conte
the crowd
signing.
are going to be cheering him on. I think a lot of fans are going to come with their Zorro masks, aren't they?
I thought he was wearing a Batman mask. That's Zorro.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm
Zorro,
going to buy some
yeah.
Zorro masks and sell them and make a profit.
And that's so funny that they made him look like Zorro. I understand because of the similarity to his name, Poro, but it's like Zorro's a Mexican figure. It's not even a Spanish figure.
Yeah,
But
don't tell
whatever.
Antonio
Yeah, but the
Banderas. That
Mexicans
motherfucker gonna be
speak
pissed.
Spanish,
Antonio
Yes.
Banderas.
He's gonna be pissed.
So
The Mexicans
Antonio
I just want to
Banderas. He's
highlight
gonna be
here
like,
Scott's
fucking
comment, and I really agree with him. The problem with Giroud is he's just as handsome. He's just like
Too
they're both
handsome. He's a
handsome. So.
model. He's a male model.
I'll give you
no,
that.
he's
And,
not. No, he's
So
not. Don't
Scott-
gas up
My
Giroud
brother is
like
a Chelsea
that.
fan, and he loves.
Don't
He
gas up
loves
Giroud like that. Come on, he's not no model.
Hasper
His
says
hair-
we waited
his
31
hair
days
is
to get
perfect.
Poro
You
play
know,
him.
Poro is very handsome as well. He's very, very cute.
Jacob, this
Well,
my
last
wife didn't
comment
think
here,
so.
bro, is for you. What do you think about this comment here? Pedro Poro will do a lot for Kulu's game, hopefully.
I mean, I agree. I think that's what's also been hindering a lot of what Kulusevski does well. Is he's attracted more attention now that he's actually done some business with us, and teams have seen it. Premier League, Champions League now. So his name is a name that the coaches are game planning for. So naturally, he's going to pull some more attention, which I believe when you bring Pedro up into the equation, all that's going to do is
Yeah.
open things up for Kane, Son, and
Son.
Kulusevski.
I think it'll help
Because-
Son. a lot.
Absolutely. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to this. It's now or never for me. Y'all know me. Well, Leo, you know me specifically about when it comes to Sonny. I will never stop backing him. I believe the resurgence is coming. Once teams have to game plan for more than just him and Kane. Now they got Kulusevski and Pedro on the right. Come on. I think it's going to naturally just open up space, and we have to take advantage of that. And now I think that this is a point in I mean, we're going to see it. This is Man City. Son, you love playing against City. This is not a team in which you lack confidence playing. I mean, I'll always remember that goal where after we were called the Harry Kane team, he scored that goal, and he was like, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?" Like, come on. That's too hype. He's got to do it.
Was
I-
that
but-
when Santa? Oh, sorry. Nuno Santos was in charge, or was that a different game
No, it was. I think Poch was still our manager.
before there? Oh, okay, that was a while ago.
Yeah, it was when Pep Guardiola called us the Harry Kane team,
Okay,
and so then
Okay.
Son scored and was like, "Do you know who I am?" It was like,
Yeah.
"Come on."
now we do know.
Wait,
Now.
Ellie, do you think that Son plays a lot better when he's not playing second fiddle to Kane? So, for example, when Kane's out of the lineup and we rely more on Heung-min Son, do you think he's capable of bearing that weight and saying, and showing people what it is that we miss when he's having to kind of share, the responsibilities on the team? Because Kane does drop back a lot more, and maybe that makes Sonny a little bit uncomfortable. He's going to have to, fill in, or vice versa. Maybe he wants to cut in and Harry Kane doesn't drop back, whatever the case is. Do you think Sonny benefits a lot more when Harry Kane is not in the picture?
I don't know. It's a hard one to call because they're good together. We've seen that from last season, how many assists they had together. And but when we had that Champions League run when Kane was injured, Son can step up. That's one thing's for sure. And he showed it against Preston. I know it isn't much of an opposition, but the 2 goals that he scored were fabulous. That shot from outside the box, brilliant. precision. That's what he's good at. And that second goal, I thought it was even better because he took it on the half turn, swerved and hit the net with precision. So yeah, I think he can. I think he can do good without Kane, but I think they're better together. When they click, right, they haven't clicked yet this season because I think that Perisic has upset the apple cart in terms of Sonny's position. All right, and I find when Perisic doesn't play and Sessegnon plays, Son plays a little bit better. Big improvement, but I still think they are better together. You know. Yeah.
Hucker, what do you think, bro? Do you think when Harry Kane and Sonny do play, do you think there's some sort of, I mean, because they are the Premier League leading combination, for goal scorers and assists. They overtook Lampard and Drogba last season, and they've only added a lot more to it. So, I mean, I know the question is kind of counter intuitive, but do you think now, if any of them were to go, let's just say hypothetically speaking that we were to get rid, Kane didn't want to sign a contract, he leaves this summer. Are you confident that Heung-Min Son is gonna? Because let's be real, I think right now Daniel Levy would much rather have Sonny instead of Kane. The amount of money that Sonny brings to the club. Would we have something to worry about if Harry Kane was ever to leave, knowing that we have Son there to pick up the slack?
I don't know. I really do believe that Sonny is better when Kane is on the pitch. I mean, it just goes without saying. I mean, we all know like the record that he has with each other, but I don't know. I don't know. Son is just, it's like a mental thing, like we were talking about with Sessegnon earlier. It's just a mental thing, and if Kane leaves, I don't know. I think the chances are really low that he would step up and kind of like take the scoring. I don't know. I don't think it would happen, actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he's better with Kane. So if Kane leaves, I think that his confidence would go even lower than what it is now, and I don't think he'd ever find it again. I don't know. But who knows? That's just my opinion. I think he's better with Kane. So if Kane stays, Son should stay, and I think they could do well together. But if Kane leaves, Son is just, he's average again to me.
Jacob, after watching Son versus Preston, due to his age and his loss of a bit of pace, do you think he should assume a more central role, like in a 3-5-2?
I mean, no, not necessarily. I mean, I don't see Conte even going to that formation. We've seen it time and time again that he kind of he really sticks to what he knows. So I don't think so. I disagree with that.
Son's a better player when Kane drops to deliver the ball to him. Conte's catch-up says Preston were a bang average team, so he wouldn't take much from that game. Fitzy says, for me, the most important thing Porro will bring us to the team is balance. Now we can attack on both flanks. We should be dangerous. Yeah, that's true. We should be more dangerous.
But also, Porro doesn't really give us that defensive attribute that we've been really looking for. Like, I think, he helps that attack, but really our defense hasn't been helped at all. He's not going to improve our defense whatsoever. If anything, it's gotten worse. So I don't know. That's how I think about it. It's like we didn't do anything to our defense. And it's something we really needed to take a look at and to figure out. So Porro is not the greatest defender.
Here's a good comment from Aaron Dove. He's interested to see what Stellini does. Might try something different. Do you think even if Conte was on his deathbed, he would tell Stellini, "You better play a 3-4-3. Don't you fucking dare change that up."
Yeah, Conte's definitely on the walkie-talkie. He's definitely on the walkie-talkie. He's got an earpiece in. He's going to be telling him what to do for sure.
He's still to do a Zoom call.
There is rumors saying that he might be in the stands. Elly, how do you feel about that? Are you I know this is a weird question, but are you familiar with the whole process of getting your gallbladder taken out? It does take a little bit of time to recuperate because I've had mine taken out.
Apparently 3 weeks to recover.
Yeah.
But being
So
Italian, he's only going to take 3 days, isn't he?
They said there was some kind of new procedure that it could
he
take
won't want
like
to be
10
out
days.
for 3 weeks.
And
Yeah,
I'm sure he
he's
had
in
like, you know, the
Italy.
top of the line surgery. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
Yeah, he went back home
Uh,
to get sliced up. So
I
I
mean,
know
and
it's
he's only
different
really
when
got
they
to
did
sit.
mine.
But then again, Conte does jump up and down when we score and stuff. Like that could be, you know, a risk for him. He's not just one of those managers that sits down during the game and relaxes. Like, no, he's up and about. So,
right, he's got ants in his
Yeah.
pants.
Tottenham Away says we will never be good. We've never been good enough until we get rid of Deadwood once and for all. Dyer, Davies, Sess, Emerson, Lingley. Well, the good thing about Lingley is he's on loan, so he definitely will be. He will be going back to Barcelona. But yeah, that's just the general consensus. We need to get rid of a lot of players in order for us to continue. Hasper agrees. We need to ship out around 12 players next summer. Guys, I see it hard getting rid of a lot of our players.
Go in the midfield, you know. He's not really a good defender. He makes too many mistakes and he can't recover. But on the ball, he's fabulous.
who,
His
Elly?
distribution is really good.
Langley.
Longley.
Okay.
Yeah, his distribution is really good. He's very competent on the ball. You know, he doesn't panic.
That's
But
what
the
they
thing
said he
is,
was supposed to
the
be good at,
problem is
right?
when
When we got
somebody
him.
runs at him, he hasn't got the pace to recover. We
Yeah.
saw it against Man City, and he's got a mistake in him. So,
But that's not really what we're looking
as well,
for.
where he got turned
Yeah.
by,
For a center back, I'm not looking for a player that can pass it.
For Newcastle, yeah, he hasn't got the pace to recover, but I think he'll be better suited for a defensive midfielder. You know, that's what he should be. He shouldn't be a defender because you can get away with it as a defender.
But he also has to run back. You know, if he goes up to the, you know, box to box, he's got to come back.
Because you're not the last line of defense. When you're a defender, you're the last line of defense, so you can get caught out if you haven't got the pace, and he hasn't got the pace.
Yeah.
He's not slow, but he hasn't got the pace of the forwards. They just zip past him easily.
Yeah.
Robbie K says Ryan Mason is going to destroy City. And we have Hasper saying Bobby K, hashtag Mason in. And then we have Tottenham Away saying Bobby K, I'm more qualified than Mason. Yeah, I think it's going to be Stellini. I think, you know, they did say Stellini's going to be the one. So
I mean, he holds all the press conferences. You got to imagine it's Stellini if he's the one telling you player injury updates, telling you who's, you know, it's definitely got to be Stellini.
They don't want Ryan Mason doing it. He'll bore everybody to death.
He would have to change the whole formation. I mean, we saw how he played whenever we sacked Jose and we had him for the remainder of the season. We saw how he played. We saw, it was awful.
I actually haven't really seen Ryan Mason speak before, like in front of like cameras or anything. So I don't know about that. Is he really boring, Elly? Or is he just like...
hasn't got He hasn't got the personality, you know.
Yeah,
he's just boring.
He's like an older Winks. He reminds me of Winks, but older. Which, by the way, fuck Harry Winks. I don't know if you.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't condone that type of hate towards Harry Winks on this channel.
Fuck Harry Winks.
I wouldn't say
Harry
that.
Winks.
No.
The fact that he liked that the fact that he liked the post praising Pep Guardiola after we got our asses kicked.
I seen that.
He liked that post.
That.
And then we're wishing him happy birthday. Fuck that kid. Man,
I
beat that little monkey. Come on.
Well,
he's a punk. He's a punk. He needs to get his ass packed his bag.
If you're at a club for a while and they get rid of you, you're just gonna have some sort of animosity towards that club. Like, I mean,
bro, but we still technically employ him. No one can wear his jersey number because he's still our player. So it's like,
just because he liked the post on
dirty.
Instagram,
I'm not gonna lie.
That's not enough to be like, I hate Winks. For me,
he's also dog shit as a player, so I've wanted him off the squad. And then he does dog shit things as a person, like liking a post praising a coach that just beat us. Like that, he deliberately did that because he's salty. Conte was like, "You suck. Get the fuck out of here."
Who cares?
So, fuck Harry Winks.
Harry Winks, if you happen to watch this stream, just know Mile High Hotspur still loves you, mate. We hope you do good. We respect anybody's opinion, including that of the homie Jacobs.
He loves Tottenham.
He doesn't. He liked the fucking post praising the fact. Don't ever doubt Pep Guardiola.
Media, you literally click a button. It doesn't mean that's how he really feels.
I have a question for you guys. Ken
That's what I guess
and the homie
loyalty's worth
AD
these
wants to
days.
know: is there any chance that Emerson Royale can be surgically removed from our starting lineup?
I hope so. Well, now I
Big
don't
up,
think it's going to
Elly.
happen. Now that Doherty,
He's
Yeah,
inside
now that we
Conte's head,
terminated,
isn't
we
he?
Arnold
'Cause Conte
Schwarzenegger,
plays
fucking
him.
Doherty.
Isn't that just Ellie? When you found out that he was going on loan to Atletico Madrid, and then come
Yeah.
to find out, like an hour later, they literally asked him in order to be able to do that. What's your feeling about that? First of all, are you sad to see Matt Doherty go? And I'm just gonna assume you prefer Doherty over Emerson. I don't know why. I just feel like that because that's what I prefer. So I highly encourage everybody else to want Doherty over Emerson. But were you bummed out to know that it went down like that?
No, I don't prefer any of them. They're both rubbish. I don't want any of them at the club. But they're both as bad as one another in respect. But I think probably Emerson's the more athletic player and he's younger, so he can recover more.
and he
But
can
they're
play
both
defense a
dog shit,
little
aren't they?
better.
They're both dog shit.
He at
They
least
both can't
the
I've
cross
heard
thing
the
Royale
ball. They
can play
both
better
can't
defense than
cross the
Porro.
ball.
the
I
thing
think the
I've
better
noticed.
defender would
Sorry,
be
Ellie.
Emerson, I would say. If you go on defensive attributes, Emerson wins that. But they're both dog shit, both of them. They can both get out of our club.
But I mean, if you
That's the perfect
did y'all
answer.
see Doherty? I think it was in the most recent game, it was FA Cup. Literally every time the ball came to his feet, he was passing it back to the person who passed
Yeah,
it to him or sideways. It was literally
yeah,
just he didn't
rubbish.
want to take the ball in any shape or form, and it was just very frustrating to watch. So definitely, at least Emerson's going to go out there and fucking run around and make a mistake, but at least he's running around. Doherty just looks like
Yeah,
he's playing the safe game, which is
he's just
kind of the
trying.
reason why I've had a thing against Harry Winks, and it is because of the fact that
Oh yeah, he doesn't
he
take
does those
risks
back
at
pat.
all.
Yeah, I want to see some creative, take some risks, fuck it, fall flat on your face, do a no look pass out of bounds. At least it's something. Rather, I think that's kind of
Yeah,
what came down to when they were like, do we want Doherty or do we want
I
Emerson?
love
and I
that
think
by
Emerson
Adrian.
plays better defense than Doherty as well. At least what I've seen.
Yeah,
So
he is. He is a better
because
defender.
he can't cross the ball, we all know that, but
No,
he can come back and he can track back and
yeah,
you know.
and he can head the ball. He's not terrible in defence, but he's not good. He's bang average as a defender. And look, we've leaked 31 goals. So it's the proof in the pudding. And also Dyer has been playing diabolical, hasn't he? So
He's
yeah,
lived up to his
no,
name.
yeah, he's crap as well. Sorry, but he is. He's crap.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry,
I
the Free Spurs boys.
would you guys all have liked to
He might not
have
be
a
watching.
goalkeeper signed this transfer window? I think I really would have liked that. Even if I mean he doesn't get into the team right away. Even if
You
they
know what
don't,
I think?
maybe a young up and coming goalkeeper that can like learn a little bit from Lloris and then start next season or something like that.
I think at the club they've got much hope for Brandon Austin because he's a very tall guy. I don't know if you've noticed him. He's like 6'3", 6'4", very athletic, very good with his feet. I think they're banking on him taking over. That's what I think the club will do, rather than splash out on the new goalie.
I think they
Oh,
should because I think a goalkeeper is just so important to winning games.
yeah.
I think they should splash, the money and just get somebody.
Taylor
I
Navas
agree
went
with
to
you.
Nottingham
Maybe
Forest.
we should get a Sarr or Martinez from Aston Villa because he's a good, decent goalie, or even
I
Just
have
won the
Henderson
World
mixed.
from
Cup.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about Emi Martinez just because I know he's a World Cup winner, and kudos to you for winning the World Cup. Kudos for the way you attack the penalty takers. Not an attack in a bad way. I mean the way you get into their head. Definitely big up for that. Um, I just feel like he's overrated. I mean, look, like I said, he won the World Cup. In my
He's
personal
not.
opinion, I think that he's just overrated. Who knows how much
Nope.
he'll be able to do.
He was
I like.
favorites to win already the best goalkeeper before the World Cup even started. We were already talking about that. That Argentina were going to win.
He's a good goalie.
Martinez in goal, Messi up front. Like it was just we already knew, like, he's not underrated. Like, we knew what he was going to do, and he delivered. And
yeah, I agree. I don't
a
think
lot
he's
can
underrated
say about
either.
his antics on the field, but really, I only care about football. I don't care what he does off the or what he does.
Yeah,
No, I
that's
love
true.
I love
That's
the
true.
celebration he did with that trophy. That shit was hilarious. Whenever
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
there's the
he's a
Qatari
great
dude with
player.
the Qatari dude standing right next to him, and he's like
I
using
know that's
the trophy as
one
a
of the
phallic
best
object.
memes of the
That's
World Cup ever. Just that
yeah,
picture
Well,
was so good.
and then they
it was a great
put
moment.
Mbappe's face on the baby too. You know what I mean? While Leo Messi's standing right next to him.
They won the
Like
World
that
Cup. You
dude.
got to forgive them about that. It's about football.
How
Like,
much you
this
think
is the
that? How much you
future.
think that little throw on shawl thing was? How much you think that thing's worth right now?
What?
That thing that they put
Oh,
on
I
Messi, that
know.
that
Yes,
little
that black
like
Oh.
little thing. Yeah,
silky looking robe thing. It
I
was
don't
like
know
a
the
He
price,
probably
the
has
proper
that
name
in
for
his
it, but yeah.
collection.
No, some museum has to have it and be like, we've got
Really?
this 60 million. I don't.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
my
why would
assumption. I
Messi
have no
want it?
idea.
Yeah, Messi would be like, I don't care. Like, I won the World Cup.
You don't.
Like,
I don't think he won.
They
Yeah,
want
that
it.
was them. That was all them. Like, but I thought it was kind of cool because it shows like a little sharing of the
Respect.
champions with
Yeah.
the culture. They did the same thing in Mexico. They put a sombrero on the winners whenever they won in Mexico. So I think it's a nice little
Yeah.
touch. People were
Yeah.
upset about the
Respectful.
whole shawl thing. I thought that was a nice little touch. I mean, yeah, I did
Yeah.
think Messi, you're sweating your ass off in some jersey and then you put that thing on. That ain't got to be comfortable.
I want to address Conte's catch up this comment, because it always seems like whoever leaves Tottenham wins a trophy like the next season or maybe
Yeah.
a couple seasons after. Like Santos just
No,
won a trophy in wherever he's coaching now in Saudi Arabia or
Al
something.
Habib or something.
I don't know,
The
but
only one who won't do it is Kane. He won't do it. He'll leave Spurs and he won't win anything.
poor guy. Poor guy.
Kane's not leaving us anyways. Kane's not going anywhere.
Tongi and Golini are both about to win the fucking Scudetto, whatever
That's
it's called.
true.
They're about to win that
And
thing.
Lodombelli's going to win probably Serie A.
Yeah. Well, I hope they do, and I hope they qualify for Champions League, because there's something in the clause that we sent that if they qualify for Champions League or something like that, or win a trophy, they're obligated to purchase him.
Or
So that's a
extend it.
1+.
I think they can also extend it, and that's what they're.
Well, they might as well just buy him.
Come on, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If
Just
y'all win
take
the
him.
league, just buy him. Come
Yeah,
on.
just take him. Just take
Just
him.
buy him.
Yeah.
Or question for you, Endom Longschlong Resurgence Volume 2.
I mean, hey, bro, if you're gonna put your head on right and you're gonna come to the club and you're gonna, you know what I mean, and you're gonna really grind it out, I would welcome him back. I'm not even gonna lie. If he goes and wins a Scudetto, comes back to Tottenham, because if they don't buy him, he's coming back here anyways, right? So if he comes back to Tottenham and he really, you know what I mean, he
I
knows
think
what
we're
it's like.
paying like half his wages too.
But that's still expensive, bro.
I know,
So
it's like
if you get
100
that
grand
win,
a week.
if you get that trophy under your belt and then you come back home, you know what I mean, and you know what it's like, and you want to feel that again, and you want to do it with the team that bought you, then, I mean, if that's gonna help us out, bro, then let's do it. He is our most expensive signing out of every signing we've had.
Do you know what I would do with Lodombelli? I would play him for 45 minutes, because that's all he can last. So we play shit in the first half, don't we? So why don't we play him in the first half where we play shit, and he'll play really well, then take him off for the second half?
Because hopefully we're trying to
'Cause he
change
can't
that.
last 90 minutes.
We're trying to change that first half.
Yeah, we
Sort
could
of
score
mentality.
3 goals in the first half and get a lead, you know? Because at the
No, I
moment,
hope he never comes
we're
back to
throwing
the
away
club.
games.
I hope he never comes back. Well, I guess he's got to come
Yeah.
back, right? But
So do I. I
hope he never
comes
plays
back,
another
but If he
game.
does, that's what we should do with him. Just play him for one half. Because he hasn't got the fitness to last for 2 halves.
Yeah,
work
lately
ethic.
I've been seeing Napoli. They just throw him in right before stoppage time and let
They do.
Hey, he creates for them in that little amount of time that he plays. He's pretty
Yeah.
creative.
Still enough to get you a medal at the end of the season if you win, bro.
And it seems like he really just only wants the paycheck anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
he's like, fine, I only have
sure
to
the
play 10
weather's
minutes
nicer
every
in
game,
Italy,
and I get my
too.
paycheck. Like, I'm good. It
There
sounds
are
like he's fine with that.
footballers, bro, that treat it as their job. You know what I mean? There are footballers that don't watch, a kick of football outside of practice and the game. And so he might just be one of those people that is like, you know what, this is just a job for me. I go clock in and I clock out, and that's it.
Yeah, I think one of
But
those players were Oscar, that Brazilian used to play for Chelsea. I think he left for like China
yeah,
several
Yeah, that's
years ago.
right.
But I think he even said like publicly that he's just like, I want to support my children. Like I don't care about playing for the national league or not national, the national team. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I thought about when
the
you said
last
that.
player, the last player that I remember that was a Spurs player that had that mentality, Elly, was Benoit Asoekoto. Would
Yeah, he
show up to
came out
work.
and said it. He
Yep.
actually came out and verbally said it. But I think a lot of players think that way. They
Yeah.
think it's a job.
Yeah. Carlos
But you
And
Vela
you
can't
can't
being
blame
one.
them
you
when they're
can't
not
see Gazza
world
doing that though,
class.
can you?
Too.
Gaza, he loved football. He would play at every given opportunity because he loves football. That's the footballers that you want come to your club, and you win things
Yeah.
because of that. You know,
And also like Jermaine Defoe too, he's getting into coaching as well now,
yeah,
and you could
he
just
loves
tell that he
football.
loves football and
He
he
loves
loves
it.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Like he loves this
Yeah,
club, and he will do anything to help this club.
Yeah.
And he's putting in
yeah,
the work, talking to the
Yeah.
academy players, working with them, trying to like motivate
yeah.
them and inspire them to do what he did. And
Mm.
I
Yaya
really
Torre.
I would really love
Yeah,
Defoe
yeah, Toure.
one day, to be on the touchline. Not anytime soon, but maybe one day, coaching Tottenham. I would love it just because somebody like from your own team leading, your club
Yeah,
to a title, it just sounds amazing.
yeah, and he's a
Um,
good talker, Jermaine Defoe.
Defoe.
He's really
Yeah.
yeah,
eloquent when he speaks. He loves football.
he knows the
He's
game.
got a
Yeah,
passion for the community as well. He does so much good charity work for the community and in and around Tottenham. You know,
yeah, he loves
everybody
Tottenham.
knows him for his charitable work. He's a fantastic guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys, we have a game coming up against Manchester City. I want to get each and
Yeah,
every
I'm
one of you
going.
guys' opinions on that. You say you're going, Ellie?
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, big up.
Big
Yeah.
Actually,
up,
one of our
Ellie.
mates from Colorado is going to be there. My
Oh yeah,
Nice.
homie Feeney, yeah, Andrew, he's
Beanie?
actually out there already. What
Beanie?
I mean, his handle on Instagram says Feeney. I call him
who?
Feeney.
Wait, who is that?
His name's
Beanie?
Andrew. Andrew.
Do I know who
Andrew
that? I know who
Feely.
he is probably by his face. I
Yeah,
don't think I know his
yeah, you
name.
do. No, yeah, you know who he is.
Okay,
Andrew, you ask me who he is all the time, bro. Andrew.
Beanie?
Um, yeah, Andrew Feeney. I don't know if that's his
Beanie?
last
oh
name, but I'm
yes,
just
no,
throwing
I
it
do
out there
know
like that.
Andrew.
He's the
I do know. I
Yeah,
Feely.
do.
yeah.
He's going. Oh, big up to
So
him,
he's
man. I like
actually
him.
out there already. So big up to you, Andrew. If you're watching this, he's actually be watching the game. So big up to him. I told him,
Is he watching the
man,
show right
have
now?
fun. I send them the link all the time. He does watch us every once in a while for sure. So, I'll go with Jacob first. Jacob, I put in the poll. Man City's next. What do you expect? Do you expect Harry Kane to break that record? Do you expect Sonny to continue scoring goals? Do you expect Poro to start? Or I forget what the last one was, but how are you feeling, bro, right now in this moment, knowing we have Manchester City? It's at home. We're coming off the back of beating Preston, right? We have some momentum. Our coach is probably not going to be there. Added all those variables. How do you feel right now about the game coming up?
I think it's a little bit of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Or it could be win-win either way you look at it. I mean, we go out there, we take the L, we make things a little bit more complicated for Arsenal in the title race. But I'm of the mindset I don't give a shit. I want to win every time we go out there and play. I don't want to see no bullshit. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So with that, it's like I still want us to win, but then at that point, we're damned if we do because now we're helping Arsenal in the title race. I know Arsenal
Mhm.
fans are cheering us on Sunday. So, for me, how I feel is just a little bit like there's always a positive way to spin however this shakes out at the end of the weekend, quite frankly. And that's just my opinion because y'all know me. I try to be as positive and look at things on a positive light as much as I can. That's just how I am in life. And so if we do go out there and lose, whatever. Fuck Arsenal. That's how I feel too. So if we make it harder for them, I love it. But if we go out there and we win, hell yeah, but also still fuck Arsenal. But also I want the 3 points. So, it's just one of those things. It's like there's not going to be a perfect outcome. But in any shaking out of this equation, it's still going to equal something bad, something good. So
Yeah.
I'm going into it with just let's have a good time. Let's see Pedro start. I want to see vote for Pedro #1. I want to see Pedro out there doing his thing. Let him start because you know what? I'd rather see him fucking around trying to figure out Antonio's tactics than watch Emerson Royale. That's just how I feel.
And get him
We've all
started
waited.
sooner rather than later than have him try to learn it later. You know
Fuck
what I mean?
it. Throw him in the
Yeah.
water. I heard he's a good swimmer. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking throw him in the water. He played last weekend. The altitude may be a little different. The conditions may be a little different, but he's played at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well. It's not his first time playing with a yelling crowd, but now that crowd's going to be behind him. And Elly, that's you. I'm talking to you now. I need
Yeah.
you to be
I'm
son.
gonna be behind him.
Pedro. Because
Vote for
come on.
Pedro.
I will
I'm
say
gonna
on a
be-
side note, aside from the Man City game, I'm a little disappointed he didn't immediately take #2 because
Yeah.
Knowing
honestly,
that it's there.
as soon as I put him in my
Number
FIFA squad, I
29.
made him #2.
What number is he?
23.
Number 29.
23.
He's 23.
Is he 23? I thought he
Yeah,
was
20,
29.
29 is Sar.
Yeah.
It's Papa Sar.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's 23.
yeah.
He
He's
took
got
23.
Emerson's number.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, Bergwijn's old
whatever.
number, yeah. But
that's
that's aside from the point. But yeah, like to wrap it up, I just think that either way this works, I'm gonna be fine with the result. I'll be happier if we win though. I'll put it that way. I think Sonny should also to answer some of the other questions. I do think Sonny should come good. He loves playing against City. Pedro, if he starts, should be opening up a lot of room for him, Kulusevski and Kane. I can see Kane breaking the record. I mean, look what happened last year when we played him. I mean, I know it was at the Etihad, but if you look at the last time we played them, Harry Kane with a header in stoppage time, I would not be surprised if that's the same shit that happens. But I would also not be surprised if he goes out there, he breaks the record in the first half, and then the second half they do what they did to us last game. And then whenever they tweet Pep Guardiola masterclass, Pep Guardiola is here to ruin your parade, guess who's gonna like the fucking tweet? Harry Winks. Harry Winks will fucking retweet it and say, "Good job, coach. I'm so proud of fucking Pep Guardiola."
We love you, Harry Wings.
Fuck you, Harry Winks, if you're still watching. Anyway, that's how I feel about the
Parker.
game.
if you're still watching.
Parker, yeah. What were you gonna say, bro?
I was gonna say, Conte's not
Harry
gonna be
Winks.
there. Conte's not gonna be there. So if we can win against Manchester City without Conte, then it makes me question, like, do we even want him to stay? So I know a lot of, I like
Stellini's
Conte.
going to be doing what Conte said. They've worked together for years. They're not going to divert from the game plan.
That's true.
They would not,
Yeah.
because
Just
I'd be
because
like,
he's not there, yeah, I know.
if it was Ryan Mason, now I would say, yeah, we're probably going to see like a 4-3-3 or some shit, and it's going to be completely different to what
So
we're
is Ryan Mason going to step up as our coach then?
No,
Or is
it's Stellini. It's
No.
definitely Stellini.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm saying it's going to be the same game plan, the same formation. That's what I'm scared if it's going to be Emerson that might start, just because Conte loves go back to old trusty, but then at the end of the day he might be like, I told Stellini to play Pedro. I don't know why Pedro's not out there. So
He can just place the blame on them. Yeah.
damn Stellini.
God.
This is my brother. My brother's comment, right? Chelsea fan says easy betting money. Erling Haaland to score a goal. Sonny also a good bet
Good
to
point.
score. Yeah, he looks at it from that aspect. You know what I mean? So
I
Yeah.
think Coro's
Big
going
up
to
to you,
give
bro.
Son
Love you.
some deliveries across the field.
Imagine Kane breaking the record off a Pedro Porro master cross, just swinging from the
Ooh.
right hand side. Harry Kane with the. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
God.
Brilliant.
Good night, catch up.
Can't wait to celebrate
Come
a goal
on.
because we usually always score. I mean, sometimes I just wish we had Bale and Vertonghen still just to fucking do it. Because I think
Yeah.
that one time
And
they
Van
scored
Dijk.
like 2 goals
Kaboul to
each
score a
that
nice
one
header.
time a long time ago.
And Harden.
hey, Elly. So I
Imagine
posed the
that, if
same
we had a
question to you.
midfield of that. Gaza, Hoddle, Modric, Graham Roberts in midfield. That'd be brilliant. Oh,
Yeah.
Our all-time
and
11
back the
against
bar
City.
as well. We'll have a 5-man midfield.
Ellie, so
Do
what are
it.
your thoughts? Knowing that you're going to be at the game on
Yes.
Sunday, how do you feel going up against these citizens?
It's going to be a tough game, isn't it? We're not going to have an easy ride against them, just put it that way. But we've got a good record against them. Even though they beat us 4-2, we were always in the game. If they hadn't scored the third goal and we scored it, we could have won the game as well. But do you know what? There wasn't much in it, because in the first half we played really well against them and we pressed them really high and we hassled them off their game. So we deserved to go into the league. Right, and we just have to make sure that we play with a bit of flair as well, not be tentative, not let them have the initiative, because once they've got the ball and they've got control of the ball, they're going to punish you because they're deadly, like De Bruyne and Haaland, and then you've got little Mahrez who's nipping in and out of, and then you've got
He had Perisic shaken up. He took Perisic to his quinceañera. He said, "Come, you're my date."
Didn't he?
He's like,
but I think we've got a chance because Porro will be up for it and Kulu will be up for it, and if Kane and Sonny are firing on all the cylinders, we'll be in there with a chance. We've just got to outscore Haaland, haven't we? We've just got to outside. Yeah. He's not human, that boy.
We need someone as tall as Haaland to kind of just like take him off those headers, because like that, I feel like that's all he does. He just gets in the a good area and just puts his body into it, and we just need somebody, a defender that just can counter that.
Yeah. It's not like he doesn't score spectacular goals. Most of his goals are tap-ins or headers at the far post.
A few penalties.
So that's what they're good at. And then we've got Grealish to watch out for as well, because he's hitting form. So, I just think we can beat them, but it's going to be tough,
Elly, do you think the way we set up and the way we play defense, do you think we're most suited?
Ticker. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just reading.
No, you're good. If you just, you're good, bro. You're already there, my homie.
For sure. Next time.
Hey,
he's already there.
There we go.
Oh, it is.
So
there we go.
The way we're set up. Do you think, this is a game that we fancy to win, right? For some reason, I hate to say this, but it is true. We are kind of a bogey team for Manchester City. And the way they play ball, the way we play ball, it kind of favors, it's a heavyweight matchup, but it seems to favor us sometimes, the way we go about our business. Are you excited for the counter? And if so, what do you think, I guess I'm just going to ask for a prediction. Do you think we're winning this game, or do you think we're in for a fight?
I personally think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a draw because I don't think we've got all the tools to beat them yet because of our defence. If our defence was more solid, I'd think, we could win. All right. But do you know what? I'd really prefer him to, I know this sounds controversial, but I'd really prefer him not to play Dyer and to play Sanchez, because at least Sanchez can recover. He's fast enough to recover against their speedy forwards, whereas Longley he isn't. So I'd rather him play Sanchez on the right, Romero as our centre half, and then play Davis on the left, because I don't think Longley, he's really good at passing the ball, but I think Davis is the better defender. Just slightly.
Maybe.
He is.
Yeah.
And he'll give you more. And
but Dyer might be able to score.
Games. I think it'll be a 2-2 or a 3-3. I think it'll be a high-scoring draw.
Okay. Real quick, I just wanted to bring up this wonderful joke. If Royale plays, he better El Paso the ball to set Kane up to beat the Greaves record. Talk about a dad joke.
That was pretty bad, Aaron. That was pretty bad.
That was a good one.
Do we want him to break this record and us to take an L? I'm a little afraid of that. Now, how great would it be if he breaks the record for the game winner? That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, he's going to break it eventually. So I want to win. I don't care if he breaks the record and we lose. That doesn't do anything for me.
That's no good. What's the point of that?
because it's like
Yeah.
it's just the same, but it's a very Harry Kane type story, right? It's
It was the last
Yeah.
game of the
he
season.
breaks the all-time scoring record for Tottenham, and they take a loss.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, but you lost.
Just
yeah,
past
Yeah.
halfway through the season. I mean, so we still have so many games left. Yeah, I'm not really hoping that he beats or like breaks the record. That's not even in the
Yeah.
back of my mind. It's gonna happen sometime this season.
Do you
Let's
think
just
Arsenal's
win.
bubble's going to burst, guys? Do you think they're going to burst?
absolutely. Absolutely,
You think they're gonna
1000%.
bubble
I know
it again?
everyone's afraid. They're playing very nice football at the moment, but here's my thing. I think they're all a bunch of bitches. If they ever see me in the street, they wouldn't square up. They'd turn around and run. What? What you say?
We're talking about the filth, right? Is that what you said, Ali? Arsenal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even say that.
This
The
is what I got for them, homie. Any Arsenal fan that gets in my way is getting punched by
That's
this
it,
Bill
no,
Nick. You see the Bill Nick gates right there?
The
Homie,
last thing they
before.
see before they hit lights out.
It said 1882, Bill Nicholson. That's all I remember.
And their first name was Square Guile. They're a bunch of squares. They can go back to Woolwich. The
Yeah,
scum.
that's what I'm
Did you
saying.
say
Like,
No,
Where
at
are
any
you?
you have
moment,
to
Go
say it,
back
Ellie.
to Woolwich where you
The
belong.
way you have to say it is
Woolwich, yeah.
fuck off back to Woolwich.
Fuck off
Fuck
back
off.
to Woolwich. you
We were here
bastard.
first, and we were, a club first
Yeah.
too. We were.
No, I
created
agree, you guys. But you were saying,
Fuck off.
Jacob, before I rudely interrupted you?
oh no, I was just saying
Jacob's
that I
got
think
some more Arsenal slang.
I was just saying that I think they're a bunch of bitches, honestly.
Yeah.
They epitomize the worst part of people who live in London. So I
I
just
like
think
Saka
that
though. I'm sorry.
no,
it
Ball
sucks.
Saka, he ain't shit.
It
Sharpnelli, don't
sucks.
fuck with me.
I do like him.
Hodegaard, I ain't hearing it.
Oh no, I'm not
Honestly,
saying.
Hodegaard's been their best player in my opinion.
Oh, he's
That little
incredible.
bastard. He's been
Yeah.
so
Brilliant.
Some of his passes have been obscenely nice.
He's
And I
one of
just
those
want-
like players that was like a child prodigy, and he actually lived up to the hype.
That's
He
true.
kept
Yeah.
doing it because we all heard about him,
Wow.
10 years ago, or maybe not that long ago, but maybe
He's
like
quite young still, isn't he? He's not that old, Odegaard.
He's like
I think
25,
he's 23,
26.
24 maybe.
yeah, he's living up to what they all said he was going to do at Real Madrid, and he just keeps
Yeah.
doing it. But
Yeah.
yeah, Saka is just brilliant. I really like Saka. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it hurts me to say it, but
No, I don't.
No, I
want
mean,
to.
and
I think he
fair
should.
play. They are playing. Arteta has them playing good football, but are they really capable of withstanding the long run? The endurance that they're going to need to actually see out the
they're
season.
the youngest team too in the Premier League, surprisingly.
Yeah.
That's
I have
just-
another dad joke
That
from
might
Aaron
be their
Dove.
come-up
This is
then.
dad joke number 2. He says Saka is how you say soccer in Boston. I'll shut up now.
Saka.
Saka.
It's
Make
not
it
3.
Yaka, I
Make
don't
it
like.
3, Aaron Dove. I want another one.
Nah, 3 strikes and you're out. You need a mod to come in and. Well, he's a mod.
Well, he's
so
a mod.
actually- yeah,
He is
so
a mod.
You can't boot the
Let's
mod.
let's fucking beat City this weekend,
Yeah.
and Poro just have a huge impact. And if he does, then it could be like last year, where Kulusevski and Bentancur made a huge impact, and we just went ahead and just got top 4. We could do the same thing this year and just secure like maybe even third. It's not even possible to win the league at this point. I think before the Arsenal game, I was talking to some people, and I was like, if we can beat Arsenal, then we have a chance. Not a big chance, but we have a chance. But now that we had lost to Arsenal, the champions to win the league is just impossible. But
But that's what makes me mad about this Pedro deal is if we knock that shit done in the first week of January, I'll give you 5 days of January to get that deal done. You take care of it then. He's playing in the North London Derby. He's playing
I
against
know.
City. And
Ridiculous.
these are matches that we could have had. He's playing against Villa, team that we got 2-0 at. I mean, come on. This is
at
what
this point,
I
it's
hate.
too late now. Yeah, there's no point. There's no chance for us to come back and win anything in the league. But maybe he can help us get top 4.
That FA
maybe
Cup.
win a cup.
Honestly, I don't give. We could finish 10th if we just won FA Cup. I'm fucking happy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
me
I'm
too.
praising. I'm singing the
Me
praises.
too.
Yeah.
I want that
I
FA
want-
Cup. It's big too. It's like long daddy.
Well, and not
Yeah,
only
the
that,
cup.
Jacob, is you win the FA Cup and you play the first game of the season at the Community Shield, which I mean
Another
is a
trophy to win.
glamorized friendly, but it's another trophy that
No,
you can hang up
that's
in
a
the.
big ass fucking
Yeah.
We're either
dish.
gonna
You
be playing
could put a
Newcastle
whole
or
ass
Manchester
turkey on that
United.
bitch.
Can
If we
eat the
do
dinner
win.
off it.
Yeah, you could put a
No, I
Thanksgiving. You
think
put turkey on that bitch.
Yeah,
the
put
FA
a
Cup
nice
is
bit of
between the league winner and the FA Cup winner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm
The FA
sorry.
Cup's really
And
good.
You're
don't
right,
you get
okay.
automatic
Cup to
Europe?
win.
Don't you get automatic Europa if you win FA?
Yeah.
I think you do.
FA
Really?
Cup's
Automatic
Europa
So worst
Europa.
comes to
Yeah.
worst, we get Europa League.
Then we should go all out in an FA Cup. Just
It's
put
what I'm
all of our
saying.
marbles.
Because we
in
get
the FA
Europa
Cup.
anyway.
Well, then also,
Yeah.
I mean, Champions League. You can't just like overlook that. But
Wouldn't that
Well,
be
win
lovely
Champions
for
League
Polo
too. Then
to
we
win
get
the FA
Champions.
Cup?
Fuck the Premier League this season. Go all
Yeah.
out for Champions League and FA Cup. You win both of those.
Yeah.
You're in the Champions League. How about that?
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, you
I
win
agree.
champions, you're in there.
Right.
Then yeah, we don't have to worry about even getting top four.
No.
All right. Well,
Shit.
Parker, so I didn't ask you for your, I guess, Jacob, did you give us your prediction?
No, I have not yet.
All right. You want to give us your prediction before I jump over to my partner here?
Fuck it. I'm going 5-2. 5-2. Fuck it. Nah, 4-2.
You're like-
That'll be the
4-2,
best
4-2,
game ever.
4-2, 4-2, 4-2. I'm saying 4-2. I'm saying we return the
Yeah,
favor.
we'll return
Um,
their favour.
Are we winning?
Yeah. 4-2 we win, yeah. 5-2 is a little crazy because I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Harry Kane hat trick to break the record. Let's go.
And like, yeah.
But I can
And
see a
Son
brace.
like a brace.
I can definitely see a Harry Kane brace, and then I can see Son getting one, and then Kulusevski might get one because Pedro, or Pedro might get one because of Kulusevski. And I hope Pedro starts. If Pedro starts, anything's possible because damn it, we've been waiting for this motherfucker for so long. Pedro, get your ass in there and do some damage. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I think I don't think we're going to score that many goals just because I think City are just
Gonna have too much
solid
of the
in the back. But I think I agree with Elly. I think it'll be a tie. It'll be either 1-1 or 2-2. I think.
I might have to change my prediction for tomorrow's show, for the Friday show.
I think
Yeah.
Son. I think Son is going to get a goal. I think that Porro is just going to go over there and just cross it across the pitch, and Son just going
A
to bury
volley?
it.
A volley?
Oh man,
We
wouldn't
talking
that
a
be
volley,
nice?
Parker?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Every time he scores,
dope
just
would
because
that
it's been
be?
so few and far between, every time he scores, I swear, call me whatever you want. I almost cry every time. I want to cry every time he scores, honestly, because it's such a good sight to see, and it sucks because yeah, I mean, I can't even deny it. He's not had a great first half of this. I mean, we're not even halfway through the season, first off. But
yeah,
he
we
hasn't-
are, bro. We're halfway through the
No,
season
we're
already.
not. No, we're
We're
not.
halfway through
How
the
many
season,
games
bro.
played, dude? Come on. How many games played? Wait up.
We're just over. I mean, I think there's 38
Yeah.
games.
There's
We're like
30.
21
Yeah,
games
38.
we've played.
we're like 20 or
We've
21.
got 17 more
20.
games to play, haven't we?
So we're
Oh,
just
so
over.
we're more than halfway. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
More than half.
I
So
can't keep saying
that argument is invalid, my
I
homie.
can't, how long have I been? It must be a few weeks. I've been using that argument because I feel like I've barely used that argument to the.
We also
hey,
put in
we're
a
not
bunch
even
of
halfway
games
there
because of the World Cup. We had to like put in extra games.
Yeah, that's right. So we had
So-
21 games played, and there's 38. So
Yeah.
yeah.
17
Okay, so
more
we're
games.
over halfway. It is time. It's time to get them things moving. Come on, Sonny. Hold on, just one more
All
time.
right.
Points to
This has
be
been some
won.
good luck whenever I put this. There you go.
Yeah. Little Sonny.
And come on, Sonny.
Nice.
Why is it still in the packaging?
You don't
Doesn't
open those
destroy
things.
him.
I don't
Yeah.
want to. If Conte leaves, I'll open my Conte one. If Conte leaves,
You have a
I'll open
Conte
it.
one too?
I have a
I want
Conte
that.
one.
Got a little
I want
Conte.
that.
It's pretty. I will take
is
him out
that,
of
a
the package
bobblehead?
whenever he leaves. I will take it out unless we win like Champions League or something. No, I'm keeping it in the
Then he's-
package.
yeah,
I'm
he's in
getting
our
him to
history
sign it.
forever. Yeah, if we
Yeah,
win a
it's
cup
funny.
with Conte, then yeah, he's in my heart forever.
I need to build a little shelf right here to start putting shit like that. Cause like my brother got me the 3D puzzle of the stadium that I have literally right here off stage. But it's like I don't want to hang it up
What is
like
it?
sideways. You know what I mean? The
That's
3D
badass,
puzzle
man.
of the stadium.
puzzle.
I wanted that
That's really
fucking.
good.
I don't know if you've seen on their website. I want it so bad. It's like a little 1.5 foot, like the cockerel that's on top of the stadium, like a
Yeah.
golden
Yeah.
cockerel.
The bronze one?
Yeah.
They have like a
Yeah.
bronze one. Yeah, bro.
That's
Hey,
nice.
that's pretty
have that
expensive too,
keychain.
bro. Like 60 pound.
It was like $50. It was like $50. They had it on discount. I put that on my wish list, and instead I got some bobbleheads.
Oh
and
yeah,
this
you
very
put on your
nice
wish
robe.
list on OnlyFans.
Yeah, my OnlyFans says, "Who's gonna buy?"
Hey, have you checked
Daddy
out
the
Jacob's
French
OnlyFans, Ellie? Ellie, he's got an OnlyFans where he wears
Come
that
on,
robe with
Ellie.
nothing
No,
underneath
no.
of it, and he
Subscribe.
baby oils himself.
Mm-hmm. It's very slippery.
I'll have a look in the Spurs shop for you. All right, I'll have a look if they've got it up for sale.
Oh,
If they've
okay.
I don't
got it
think
up
she
for
understands
sale,
what we're talking
I'll
about as
ring you.
OnlyFans, but that's okay.
No, but that,
OnlyFans is like a
Don't
porn
tell Brian
website,
Daniel
Ellie.
that I'm in there.
No, that's not true. It's not a porn site.
no, that's
Oh,
not true,
come
Parker.
on.
The
You
CEO
send
came out and
photos of your
said, no,
body.
the CEO came out and said that when he made the website, it was not for its intended use, but it became that during COVID because everyone was like, what's a way I can make money that like people can buy subscriptions
And they can stay at home.
Yeah, stay at
Yeah.
home and
So
make
what was it
money.
originally supposed to be? Just a
A way to share artwork and like a pay is basically like another Patreon.
okay. Yeah, but the
Because
you know how
human
Real
body,
quick,
the
I
human
wanna-
body is the best artwork there is. So
I
I
mean,
want to give Ellie some time to go ahead and give us this story before we wrap it up. Ellie, if you would bless us.
story of the damage to cockerel. Yeah, I think he climbed up there, didn't he? And he was trying to clean it and everything, and he damaged it.
was he pissed? Or
and he did what?
Probably.
He's probably
he
drunk.
Was probably had a few.
He's probably
was-
pissed, yeah.
Nah, I was using the Gaza term.
He-
He's
I was
probably
pissed, mate.
pissed.
yeah.
Wait, so he
It was
damaged
a
it how?
prank. He done it for a prank because he was they dared him to do it, and he did it.
Ellie, did he like grab it and it fell and like dropped a couple stories or like what
He
is
shot it with an air rifle.
what
I'm
happened?
saying he shot it with an air rifle. I think
He did.
Yeah.
What?
But there's a
Not
winking
even an
emoji
air
there, so maybe he
I've
means
never
like
heard this
his
story
air rifle,
before.
wink, wink.
I know he went to clean it, but I didn't know he had an air rifle as well.
Honestly, like
Okay, now I'm confused if you guys are lying or
An
what.
air rifle.
I have a quick question for you, and this is something that my homie AD that was here with us earlier, he had posed to me a long time ago. It's got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it has to do with Tottenham. Real quick, I want to ask, what is a more, for you, in your opinion, what is a more like a doper achievement? The hat trick that Bergwijn made when he came on and scored the hat trick against Leicester,
that was a brace.
He scored two.
or brace? Okay, the brace, or the hat trick, or Sonny's hat trick the other day against Leicester.
Sonny's hat trick, 1,000%.
No,
Because
Yeah,
okay,
because those first two goals, there was one curler from the outside on the left, one curler from the outside on the right, and then the other one was just a clean
Brilliant.
yeah,
strike.
but what did it mean? The win, what did it mean? So when we beat Leicester, that was huge for our season. Like we like,
But it was
after
later
that-
in the season, right? So it's like,
Yeah, it helped us a
But if
lot.
we hadn't
It
won that,
really,
we would
really
have been
did.
screwed.
Yeah,
But you
it
could also
really
say that
helped
about the
was the
Davinson
momentum
Sanchez header in
win.
stoppage time versus Watford when we won 1-0 at home. I mean,
Well,
if
we
he
needed
had
that goal too, though.
Yeah,
exactly,
That
if
Leicester game away was really momentous, for our season.
I
Gave
agree
us
though,
the
Parker,
impetus
though
to
the
go and
impact,
qualify for
the-
Champions League.
the ramifications of Bergwijn's game-winning brace, like,
Yeah.
and the fact that he came on and there was like 7 minutes left and he just
Yeah.
did all that damage, and he was even. But I mean, Sonny's hat trick was in 13 minutes. It was under 14 minutes that
Fantastic.
Sonny got that hat
I was
trick.
at
So
that match.
same amount of time, but another goal. So if we're looking at, if I take away the ramifications or because you could argue maybe at the end of the year we still make top four and it's by a point, and then you could argue that Sonny's hat trick versus Leicester could still have been, or we went on goal differential rather, because
Yeah.
we were already winning that game when he got subbed on. But then, so no, actually, I think I might be wrong. think I might be wrong. I think we might have been
I think
tied.
we were
And then
losing. I think we were losing when Sonny come on. I think we were losing, or it might have been
because
2-2.
I remember Basuma and Sonny both came on, and then the
Well,
game changed because
He
we
won
went to
like
did.
3-5-2.
5-2. Yeah,
That
so
was the
I don't think
famous best
Sonny.
game.
I think his
Well,
first goal definitely.
So those 3 goals, if we won 5-2, those 3 goals, I'll look it up real quick
Would have been the
after I
winner.
finish talking. But
I think it was 2-2 when
Yeah,
he came
but-
on. I think
Yeah, but if
when
maybe
he made
if
it
he
3-2.
scored, yeah, I'm still going with Bergwijn.
Bergwijn.
Because
that Bergwijn, that was so exciting because we were losing with about 2 minutes to go. Then we got the equaliser, and then we got the winner.
yeah, I felt like
yeah,
the,
we did win 5-2.
the
You're
hat
right,
trick by
Parker.
Son was like better just for Son, and
Yeah.
the win, that 2 goals
But
by Bergwijn was so momentous, like you said, for
And
Tottenham.
they
itself,
went crazy on the bench, didn't they? It was like madness, and the crowd.
No, that was absolutely madness. I
But then
do
if it
agree, but
helps-
I guess it depends what light you were Leo, for your question. I guess it depends what light which one was more of an impactful moment. Then I would agree with Parker and say, yeah, the Bergwijn because of the ramification. But if I'm just saying individual performance,
For personal,
in
yeah, your
15
personal
minutes,
performance.
yeah, to do that within 15 minutes, to get a hat trick within 15 minutes, that's
Solid.
fucking nuts. And the fact that
Yeah.
2 of them were outside of the box, curlers from each foot, and then the
Brilliant.
third one was just a nice finish. Like
Yeah.
the nature of his goals, because Bergwijn's one was a dribble around tap in, the other one was a tap in, which I'm not taking anything away from the goals
scrappy,
because
wasn't it? It came off Doherty's chest and it rebounded to him.
it was just
Yeah.
fell right.
He just
Yeah.
held it in.
I
but
mean, to get around from the
one that
goalkeeper.
He scored the winner was fabulous.
Yeah.
No, being in the final 18 and to do the dancey dance around a keeper, that takes cojones. Bergwijn
love
has that ego
Yeah.
about him to do that. Now, I don't know if Son's
Yeah.
going to toe tap like that around, especially not this year's Sonny. But I mean, the hat trick, 15 minutes, scoring 3 goals. Come on, I think it was
Well, good
under
for
14
him.
minutes.
It is really
Yeah.
good for him, but I mean, has it really affected his game after that? I mean, I feel like he really hasn't done a whole lot since.
No,
So it's not like it
it
gave
hasn't
him the
affected him.
He
Hasn't given him the
he has
confidence to
wake up
keep
this
going
season,
on and-
doesn't he?
And like, we
Elly,
can
Well,
really
because that
hope that he
happened,
does the same thing
and then he
again.
fractured his face like two
Okay.
2 games
Yeah,
later.
you're right, you're right.
Which was actually on my
But-
birthday when he fractured his face.
So-
That was
He's
a
just
hell of a
been
birthday
too
present.
inconsistent. Like,
I'm just gonna say for all of us. So if we're talking most influential, then of course the Bergwijn winners are more influential than the hat trick of Sonny coming on as a super sub and scoring those 3 goals. But there's a mixed feeling about which one personally was more impressive feat.
If we win, if we get fourth by goal differential of 1 goal or 2 goals, we're all going to look back and
Then
say,
there you go.
if Sonny didn't hit that Hattie versus, I will at least. Like,
if
so
that
let's
had
put an
spurred
asterisk.
him
Let's put
on,
Bergwijn with a little asterisk pending the end of the season.
if
Pending the
that had
conclusion of
spurred
the
him on
season.
and he had scored, 8 or whatever goals since, then I
Yeah.
would think that I would have a good argument
True.
that you have.
Yeah.
But I just haven't seen that from Son yet consistently.
Yeah, it was
That is
just
true.
He just went for me. I felt like it was unfortunate timing too, because it's like he had that moment, then he fractured his face, then it was the World Cup, and then now he's back, and it's kind of like SOS, same old Sonny right now. But I really hope I don't want to take anything away from the opponent. You can only play against who you play against. But in a game with no Harry Kane, I thought Heung-min Daddy took over that game versus Preston North End, and so I just hope. I'm not saying that that's like for sure going to be the catalyst for him, but if he can somehow use that as just a little momentum to maybe get an assist and maybe get a couple nice dribbles, his passing has been getting better, consistently better each game. I watch him specifically to see what kind of errors is he making, because I want to see what people are so upset at him about. And like lately, I've been seeing that I think his passing is getting better. He's looked a little bit more confident taking with the ball at his feet and doing something with it, which is the Sonny we all love, not just getting it
Yeah.
at your feet, pass it back, or being solely strictly runs and behind. I hope it's some kind of lily pad. And we can push him on to get back firing. Because imagine if he can get 8 more goals, 9, 10 more goals this season, he could turn that season. We'll look back and say, yeah, he turned it
He'll
around.
definitely turn it around, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's very hopeful thinking. I think I remember Son just being able to just run right at the defenders, just like run right at them straight forward, right, and just do
But
whatever he
since
did.
since he won that Puskas award,
Doesn't do it.
yeah, teams game plan him differently, and he hasn't
Yeah.
adapted properly. I don't. This is my opinion, which does have some bias to it. But
Since he won that award,
since he won that Puskas award, everyone saw, okay, he can definitely take the ball into his feet. So then he started doing the runs in behind, and that's what got him the Golden Boot last season. Okay.
Yeah.
But then once you do that, now teams are not going to game plan for that. So what else are you going to do? And we're at that point where it's, what are you going to do now, son? And I really, truly believe now that's not, because look at all the space they used to give Emerson Royale. When you got Pedro filling up that space, I think once he does some damage and makes a real big statement, everyone's going to start game planning to also now take care of that side of the field as well, because then I'll free up more space for Sonny. Because what we've
Yeah.
seen this season is teams his dimensional, he definitely needs to expand his game play, but
it's not that he hasn't had the ball though. Like he's had the ball, and he's had a lot of chances, and he just hasn't put it.
He hasn't been as effective as last
No,
season.
I mean, and we can give him the ball all we want, and it's not going to change anything.
He can come good again, though. And I agree with Jacob that Porro coming on, they're going to have a game plan for Porro, and it's going to create more spaces for Kane and for Sonny. Because those two together, they can be lethal for our team, and they can get us through that patchy period where we can actually push on and make this Champions League. If we don't do it by winning the Champions League, we can finish top 4. Because I think we've got the beating of Newcastle. They're nothing special. They might have picked up, but they're not the done deal. When we played them at White Hart Lane, we played just as good as them, because I was at that match. It was just the highlights showed that Newcastle played better. They played better in certain points of the match, yes, and they took their chances very well. But they only beat us 2-1. So we have got the beating of them. And I think the second half of the season, we're going to see a lot more progressive play by Spurs, and we're going to score a lot of goals like we did in the last 10 games of last season. We stepped up, and I think we're going to do even better this season in the last 17. I can see us.
Come on,
pushing up
Elly.
anyway.
I really want to
Come
see what
on.
our players can do, because you can judge our transfers right away, or we can just wait a little bit and see what they can do, because I think we thought the same thing last year when we got Kulusevski and Bentancur. We really didn't think that was going to be some great signings, and look what it turned out to be. So
Yeah.
I do agree with you
Exciting.
there, Parker. The
Well,
fact I had to
yeah.
Google both of our signings last January, I was just thankful I didn't have to do that this January. And if they can have a similar impact or even better because of my expectations, because I actually don't have to Google them, to me, I saw what you put in there. Thanks, man.
Danjuma's a bit like Dembele as well.
I kind of
He's
like
got the
Danjuma.
build
I'm
of
not going to
Dembele.
lie. I've been talking with Michael a lot about it. I think he's got nice size. I think he's got nice pace. Now, granted, he did have the best shot of the game, because no one in that stadium knew where the ball was going when he hit it, and not even himself. And if you can do that and score, that's pretty.
The scuff that he shot that was barely.
He didn't think that shit was going.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I was like,
he put that right where he wanted to put it, bro. He put that right where he wanted to put it.
No.
Calculated.
It don't matter where it lands.
No, but his intent. I mean, he really watching the game, he just really wanted the ball. He wanted to score. He's excited to be at Spurs, right? I think he didn't have a chance towards the end of his spell over there in Spain. So I think he's really excited to be here. I mean, I don't know if he's going to get the chance that he wants. Just depends, because we also got Richarlison up there on the bench. So, but it is good to have another option, because I felt like I looked at our bench and all we had was Richarlison as an attacking option. That was all we had. So all we had was a plan B. We didn't have any other option or any other plan attacking wise. So it's nice to have him just as an option, and
Definitely. Yeah, because Richarlison's not.
Jacob, you're good, bro. You're a mod, so I mean, whatever you want to put up.
That link, I don't know why it's like that ugly URL with all those random letters and stuff. Because I created the URL to be United Spurs of America, the @UnitedSpursofAmerica. Hey, big up Paul. Big up Paul. That was a nice fisticuffs we all had the other night.
Definitely a fucking.
We all had a nice.
He mishit it for sure, but he got lucky.
That's what I'm saying. But if you can shoot it and not even you or anyone knows where it's going, and you score, come on, get in. I don't care if he scores another 8 of those. I don't give a shit. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a great 6 month loan.
It's not a. Yeah. Then he knows what he's doing. Yeah.
He's got a cool celebration. I mean, I love Dutch people, man. They got those celebrations on deck. Bergwijn, first thing he did. And I when he did that, I fell in love. And honestly, when Danjuma scored and then he hit that, I was just
he stole that from Sterling, though, right?
I'm not gonna fall in love. Who?
Sterling did this at Liverpool. You know that, right?
No, he said he did that because it was some dude he played FIFA. One of his friends he played FIFA with. That was what he said.
Okay.
He said it was because that was a celebration. Whenever he'd play FIFA with his friend and he would score, he would do this and get in his face.
Well, look up Sterling's Liverpool goals, like when he was young, like coming out as a star. Every goal he scored, he did the same thing. That
really, that's interesting.
He did used to do that. You're right, Parker.
QPR,
Yeah, he stole that straight up.
Oh, I see it. You're right. Yeah, you were absolutely right. When he's wearing number 31 for Liverpool, he's doing that. Maybe he saw that and that's why he did it, or something.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, whatever. But just saying.
Well, you guys, cool. I'm about to wrap this this conversation. I'm pretty sure we could talk all night, but Elly, I don't mean to throw you under the bus. I know it's really late for you, and also too, I still have some stuff to do. But I'll go around and I'll start with the Queen first. Elly. People that watch our show, Parker and I, they know where to find you. But in case for some odd reason they don't know, where can people find you at? What does TTID have in store for us?
THFC Till I Die. We've got the King, Queen, and the Godfather shows. We've got the watch-alongs. We've got a good one coming up on tomorrow. Actually, we're going to show the 1981 FA Cup final. Victory versus Man City, leading into that Man City game. And then I've got my Spurs Ladies show as well, which has gone on hiatus at the moment because of Dermot's in hospital at the moment. He's not very well. So he might need, he might need surgery. We don't know yet. It's touch and go what the doctors are going to say to him. So the main thing is that we're trying to keep the show going. Philip the Godfather's doing his daily news bulletins as well, and then we have the Newsbeat, which is like all the latest from White Hart Lane, really, all the latest news. So then we've got Mia as well, who's joined us, and then we've got Chris and Izan. He's going to be doing a lot of FIFA stuff for us. So yeah, it's exciting times on THFC Till I Die. Come on. We're trying to do our best to bring a different flavour, different shows every week, not sticking to a format.
A lot of knowledge that you guys have.
A format can be quite boring.
Yeah, we do the same thing. We kind of just wing it, but I think
wing it.
THFC Till I Die. I think you guys have a lot of wisdom with you guys, and the Godfather, Dermot, you, and you'll definitely learn something. For sure.
We all love Philip because he knows things that other people don't know about the club, and he's got a good inside track as well. He used to be a bank manager as well, so he's got that on his side. So you know what it is? He's very calm, and he's very cool and calm and collected. And when he comes up with these really good things about Spurs that nobody else knows. It's enlightening for the younger fan as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
I
So,
love how you guys like show like the old games. I think I was
Yeah.
on one time during one of the cup finals. Yeah, it's
yeah,
just
cool.
it's good history, and it's good to know as a Spurs fan just to know the history of the game. And I think if you
Yeah.
watch Elly's channel, like you'll definitely learn something
Yeah.
about Tottenham, whether it's
Of
new or
course.
old. So
Because I remember being at the Royal Banqueting Suite, and there was about, I think it was about 13 to 14-year-old kid. And I was talking about Glenn Hoddle, and he didn't even know who Glenn Hoddle was. And I said, "Where's your dad?" I said, "Where's your dad? Your dad is not educating you." And then I showed him a whole reel of Glenn Hoddle, and he was amazed. He was sitting by me for a good hour watching Glenn Hoddle, because Glenn Hoddle was going to appear that day as well. I said, "Look, I'm going to show you what he's like. So when he comes, you're going to praise him." You know, it's
Yeah.
like he's like a god, Glenn Hoddle.
see, that's what you do.
So,
You educate the young. That's what I love.
yes.
That's what
You
I
have
like
to know
watching
your history,
TTID for sure.
especially Glenn Hoddle, because he's our best ever player in my opinion. He's brilliant. I loved him. He's my hero. Yeah. See, I'll educate all you youngsters as well. But most people know who Gazza is because he came later. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Ellie, I
I'm
just
there
want to
to
read this
educate.
comment real fast. Paul says, I'll watch Ellie straight out of respect. As for you guys, I'm baked. Get in, son. Get in.
Come on, Paul.
Wait, I don't
Get
get
in,
it.
son.
I don't get it.
Dude, come on, Parker. What's the problem, bro? So when he watches Ellie, he's good. He's straight. You know what I mean? He's
Oh,
good.
okay, okay,
But
okay.
when he watches
Okay, I
us,
get it.
he likes to, you know what I mean?
Sorry, it took me
No,
a
you're good,
second.
bro.
He's such a
I
funny
encourage it.
dude. Such a funny dude, man.
But he does say
First
Spurs
of all,
4,
Man
Man City
City
2, revenge on a stick,
Yeah.
Guys, I
revenge
gotta go
on
to
a
the bathroom.
steak.
The restroom is
Come
calling
on.
my name.
Go ahead. We'll go to you last. Glenn was a sight to behold. I'm honored to have seen him for years. Him and Ozzy, boy, oh boy.
Oh my God.
All right,
So
my homie
brilliant.
Jacob. In case for some odd reason somebody's watching this and don't know who you are, where to find you at, what does United Spurs of America have in store for us soon?
Every Friday we got the weekly Friday show. The time's been a little different. Also, we are 6 subs away from 600, so that's the
Come
Get
next
on.
in.
that's the
Come
next mile
on.
mark. I don't know how
Come
many
on,
people watching
people.
this, but if you ain't subscribed yet, it would do wonders for us if you could just go hit that link and go on over and hit a like and subscribe. You know, it's free. But hey, we're almost at 600. It's been a nice little fun journey with my co-host Michael and I. We like to have a good time on Fridays, and then we do pop-up shows as well. Those are more random, but I try to space those out just to give some more content for the channel. That way it's something more, a little bit more than just the Friday show. But Aaron Dub, I saw your last question. You asked if I was popping up tonight. I am not popping up tonight just because we do have the Friday show tomorrow, so I don't want to just like pop up then have a show and just, so we're gonna have the Friday show, and then I'll definitely be popping up at some point after the City game, whether it's that night or the next night. We'll definitely be popping up at that point. But appreciate anyone who's already subscribed to the channel. Yeah, thanks Leo Parker for having me on, and Ellie, always a pleasure to share the screen with you.
Always a pleasure, Jacob. Always a pleasure.
Nice.
And I love your Greek flag.
I'll wait till my homie comes back on screen and to sign us off, but he's too busy playing with himself right now. You know, Jacob, they say if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with yourself.
Yeah, I think the rule's 3. If it's 3 or more, it's get a room.
Get a
Yeah,
room
get a
now.
room. Get a
Get a
room.
room.
Ellie, I just
I'll
want to
get
say
some
thank you
food.
for staying up late. I really appreciate you coming on. I
That's
know
all right.
I hit you up earlier in the week, and it's always a dope show when you're able to join us.
Yep.
For sure, when you talk to Dermot, make sure you express, that we hope he gets
Yeah.
better as soon as
Yeah, we're
possible.
all
Dermot,
wishing him better.
if you happen to check this stream out, get better, buddy. Also,
Mhm.
to Bobby K. Like I said at the beginning of the
Yeah.
show, I hope everything works out for you guys. I don't want to divulge Bobby K's business, but if
Mm.
you have a minute or two, just reach out to Bobby K and tell him big up.
Yeah.
Our thoughts are
Hang
with
in
you,
there.
Bobby.
Yeah, big up to you, Bobby. And thank you for being a supporter of all of our channels. To Daniel Sandoval, vamos locos, all the way to
Vamos,
Norway.
loco.
Um, Parker, anything else you want to add to the show before we sign off, bro?
I don't think so. I mean, fuck Arsenal. That's all I want to add.
Well, I mean, that's
Fuck
a
up,
perfect way to end the
Arsenal.
show.
Fuck
As for
every man's
Parker and
team.
myself, we are two lads that love to talk about Tottenham Hotspur. We have a podcast every week on Thursday. It's too good to miss. If there's anything else to say, I just want to reiterate Parker's words. Fuck
That's
the
funny,
filth.
man.
Come on, you Spurs.
Or
Come on, you
Come on,
Spurs.
you